Thus, the reader get access to additional information and he get better insight about the current news, because the reporters or the editors are working daily to get the news or the update, so that we readers can get the news or the different information on the daily basis. So in this way we will get the insight. What do you mean insight? Insight means deep understanding. So with the help of such availability, we got information in a detailed manner. Newspapers print columns about historical information. So newspaper also play a very important role in the history, because you see there is separate column or the separate section where we see that provide the information about the past or the history, somewhat the topic called 50 years ago or on this day. So it means, for example, today is 1st January 2020. So what happens on 1st January in the past? So different years, different information we got on the daily basis. Newspaper prints column about historical information appearing under the headings such as the 50-year ago or 100-year ago, etc. Such columns are based on historical documents or written history. These columns provide historical information about economic, social, political events in the past and also events of historical significance. What is significance? Importance. So in this way we will get the information about the past with the help of the history or the knowledge of history with the help of newspapers. Okay, here we get some information like newspaper also publish crossword puzzles. Sudoku, you see in Sudoku, crossword puzzles, and even some kind of small jokes based on history. Try to create similar crossword puzzles. For example, use fort names to create a puzzle. You can also make a puzzle by your own way. Take out the names of different forts and then prepare a puzzle and discuss with your friends. So it will be interesting for you, right? Newspaper occasionally publish supplements to the regular edition or special issue. We had seen the supplements or the special editions are also published in the newspapers. For example, World War One commenced in 1914. As we all know, World War One started in the year 1914 and it ended in the year 1918. So in year 2014, it was said that 100 years has been completed for the First World War. Okay. For example, World War One commenced in 1914. Year 2014 marked the 100th year of this event. In order to be able to publish a newspaper supplement or a special issue to commemorate the occasion. What do you mean commemorate? Commemorate means remembrance. उन इवेंट्स को याद करना, किसी की याद, जैसे कि कोई फेमस लीडर है, जैसे कि अगर कोई जैसे गांधी जी हुए, भगत सिंह हुए, ऐसे बहुत सारे लीडर्स हैं, सुभाष चंद्र बोस हैं, पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू हैं, इनकी डेथ एनिवर्सरी होती है, बर्थ एनिवर्सरी होती है, तो ऐसे कुछ एडिशंस आते हैं न्यूज़पेपर में. या कोई ऐसा इवेंट हुआ, जैसे कि अगर हम इंडिपेंडेंस की बात करें, वी ऑल नो दैट इन 1947 वी गॉट इंडिपेंडेंट. सो इन 2047 वी विल सेलिब्रेट दी 100th ईयर और दी सेंचुरी ऑफ आवर इंडिपेंडेंस. सो ये सब कुछ स्पेशल एडिशन होते हैं जो न्यूज़पेपर के थ्रू लोगों के में इंफॉर्मेशन स्प्रेड होती है. वन नीड्स टू रिव्यू इट्स हिस्ट्री. इन 2017 75 years were completed after the announcement of Quit India movement. We all know Quit India movement had started in our country in 1942. Remember, we learned in the 8th standard. In 1942 Gandhi ji started the Quit India movement. So in year 2017 उस मूवमेंट को 75 years complete हो गए थे. तो it is also remembrance kind, right? On such occasion, newspaper highlights the event through various articles, editorials, columns like what happened in history on this day. ऐसे अलग अलग टाइटल होते हैं, सेक्शन होते हैं न्यूज़पेपर्स में. आपने देखा है डेली बेसिस पे हमारे घर पे न्यूज़पेपर्स आते हैं, रिव्यूज एक्सेट्रा. द नॉलेज ऑफ हिस्ट्री इज एसेंशियल फॉर राइटिंग सच टाइप. और हिस्ट्री की अगर नॉलेज है आपके पास तो आप ऐसे सब टॉपिक्स पे लिख सकते हो, या आप भी एडिटर, रीडर और राइटर, आप भी न्यूज़पेपर में एक अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन दे सकते हो. हिस्ट्री इज ऑल्सो एसेंशियल इन प्लानिंग रेडियो प्रोग्राम्स. इवन रेडियो प्रोग्राम्स आपने देखा है, रेडियो पे जो रेडियो जॉकी होते हैं जिनको हम आरजेएस कहते हैं, उनके पास भी जब हिस्ट्री की इन्फॉर्मेशन होती है तो डिस्कस करते हैं, जैसे कोई ओकेशन हुआ 15 अगस्त हुआ या 26 जनवरी हुआ या और भी कोई ऐसे इवेंट है, तो वो अपने जो नॉलेज होते हैं उसको शेयर करते हैं रेडियोज़ पे. Even same kind of things we can see in the televisions also. History is also essential in planning the radio programs. For example, Akashvani has preserved recordings of all these speeches delivered each year by the Prime Ministers of India on 15th August. As we all know, on every Independence Day, 15th August, our Prime Minister gave a speech to nation from Red Fort. राइट, इट्स अ ट्रेडिशन. सो अभी तक आकाशवाणी के पास स्टार्टिंग से लेके पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू से लेके अभी तक की जो भी हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स हैं उनके स्पीचेस को उन्होंने प्रिजर्व कर रखा है और वो टाइमली मैनर पे कभी भी प्ले भी करते हैं आकाशवाणी पे. इवन यू कैन फाइंड दो स्पीचेस ऑन द यूट्यूब और अदर सोशल मीडिया. राइट. Akashvani invites historians as experts for discussing on various occasions such as the anniversaries or birth or death of national leaders. आपने देखा है ऐसा कोई इवेंट होता है, कोई नेशनल लीडर है या कोई फेमस पर्सनैलिटी से उसके डेथ एनिवर्सरी या बर्थ एनिवर्सरी हो तो एक्सपर्ट्स को बुलाया जाता है स्टूडियोज़ में जो डिस्कस करते हैं, बताते हैं. या फिर कभी कभी ऐसे लोग जिन्होंने उन लीडर के साथ में अपना भी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन दिया है तो वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस भी शेयर करते हैं. राइट. तो ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं जो अभी फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में थे, आज भी जिंदा हैं, तो अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस को बताते हैं. हमने टेलीविज़न पर भी देखा है, रेडियो पर भी सुना है. So these thing happens with the help of radios or the television. So in this way we can also know the history, right? Akashvani invites historians as experts for discussion on various occasions such as the anniversaries of birth or death of national leaders, anniversaries of historical events, etc. Lectures on the contribution of various national leaders needs to be supported by historical information programs like On This Day in History are also an integral part of the daily programs of Akashvani. तो आकाशवाणी के डेली एक्टिविटी में ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती हैं. टेलीविजन चैनल्स ऑल्सो टेलीकास्ट प्रोग्राम बेस्ड ऑन हिस्ट्री. टेलीविजन पे भी वैसे बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स आते हैं जो हिस्ट्री बेस्ड होते हैं. दूरदर्शन and other television channels helps in creating his interest in history among people through their historical shows and serial. पहले तो सिर्फ हमारे कंट्री में दूरदर्शन हुआ करता था, बट अभी आप देखते हो बहुत सारे ऐसे चैनल्स और नेटवर्क्स हैं जो सिर्फ हिस्ट्री बेस्ड प्रोग्राम्स बताते हैं, जैसे कि हिस्ट्री टीवी है, एपिक टीवी है. वी गेट इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट दी हिस्टोरिकल प्लेसेस ऑफ नॉट ओनली इन इंडिया मतलब ऑल ओवर दी वर्ल्ड. The mythological and historical serials like Ramayana, Mahabharat, Bharat Ek Khoj and Raja Shiv Chhatrapati attracted a very large audience. You know, there are so many mythological serials also. What is mythological? Mythological means based on God. There are so many serials like Ramayana, Mahabharat, Mahadev. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे सीरियल आते हैं, हिस्ट्री बेस्ड सीरियल आते हैं. झांसी की रानी के ऊपर हमने देखा है बहुत सारे सीरियल्स हैं, और शिवाजी महाराज के ऊपर हैं. तो these serials also gives us information about the history. While producing these type of programs, maintaining accuracy with regards to the presentation of environment. So ऐसे सब programs को telecast करना, उनको properly planning करके बनाना बहुत ही important है. इसमें एक responsibility होती है. हम नहीं चाहते हैं, यहाँ producers और actor नहीं चाहते हैं लोगों तक wrong information पहुँचे, तो उनके लिए एक पूरी proper study करनी होती है about the environment. Outfits, what are outfits? Dresses. उस ज़माने में कैसे कपड़े पहनते थे, उनके ड्रेसिंग स्टाइल कैसे होते थे. वेपनरी, व्हाट इज वेपनरी? वेपन्स. कौन से पीरियड में कौन से वेपन्स यूज़ होते हैं, किस तरह से वेपन्स का इस्तेमाल होता था, ये सबको भी परफेक्शन दिखाना होता है ना. द लाइफ स्टाइल, लिंगुअल एक्सप्रेशन. व्हाट इज लिंगुअल? लैंग्वेज. हमने देखा है ब्रिटिशर्स के टाइम पे अलग लैंग्वेज यूज़ होता था, मुगल्स के टाइम पे अलग होता था, और पुराने ज़माने में अलग लैंग्वेज यूज़ करते थे, एक्सेट्रा. इज एसेंशियल वन. One needs to have a deep understanding of history of the concerned period. Concerned means related. So if a person is related to such kind of program or the serial or the concept, so he or she should be well prepared and they have a good knowledge of history or that event, right? Currently channels like Discovery, National Geographic, History, etc. have opened a rich treasure of global history for the audience. So nowadays we have so many options on different channels, on different shows. Is that it has enabled people to view the historical and geographical wonders at home To make such programs more entertaining, some parts of serial are actually enacted by actors such as the character of the heroic man and woman. Even we had seen the real life actors also playing the role, or the person who had done the great deeds. Their interviews are also running on the television, right? To make such programs more entertaining, some parts of the serials are actually enacted by actors such as these characters of heroic men and women, sportsmen, army chiefs, etc. Besides this serial about ancient monument, forts, histories of empires, and also the history of culinary arts. What is culinary? Culinary means cooking. Uh, what kind of food are related with that period or that time, are watched by a large number of people with great interest. People with deep understanding of history in the respective field are sought out in all the fields mentioned above. So a person who are well versed, who had a good knowledge of the history, are played a very important role in all the above field which we discussed. So there is a lot of opportunity available in the field of history if a person had a good knowledge. So that has a concept. If we are very much interested or eager in learning history, so we also have a professional opportunity in the field of history. Understood? The concept is clear. What is mass media and why it is so important, and if we belongs to mass media and we have a knowledge of history, so we have also professional opportunities in such field. So learning history is never a waste, or not only history, anything learning always gives you some information or the knowledge that is some kind of useful in your day-to-day activity. Understood? Then we have information about a serial called Bharat Ek Khoj. It was a very popular serial in the past when the Doordarshan was new, because during that time we don't have many serials or many shows. So Bharat Ek Khoj describes the information about our country, the country people, what are the situation. So read this entire section. You will come to know how popular was this serial. Even you can still watch this serial on different social media, and even you can find it on the YouTube also. On YouTube, you can also find the speeches of the great leaders like Subhash Chandra Bose, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and so many people. Even there are few old or the real videos or pics of the Mahatma Gandhi available on the YouTube. Okay, so let's begin with the exercise. Everyone, just mark the blanks and we'll discuss about the question and answer. The first English newspaper in India was started by, the first English newspaper named Bengal Gazette. It was started by James Augustus Hickey. So mark it, option A, James Augustus Hickey. Second, television is an dash medium. Television is an audio visual medium. So mark the option C. Okay. Next is identify the wrong pair and rewrite it. In new paper pattern, we no need to rewrite, we just need to identify, but just for the knowledge we also know the correct answer, right? First, Prabhakar. The name of the editor written here is Acharya P.K. Atre. The first one itself is the wrong option. Prabhakar. This newspaper was started by Bhau Mahajan. Prabhakar, this started by the Bhau Mahajan. The correct answer is Bhau Mahajan. Darpan, Bal Shastri Jambekar. Deenbandhu, Krishna Rao Balelkar. Kesari, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So rest all are the options are correct. Come to question number 2. Write brief notes. First, the role of newspaper in the Indian struggle for independence. So we had seen newspaper played a very important role during the freedom struggle, right? Newspaper treated as an important source of information in the pre-independence period. You can find the answer on the page number 33, where we had seen the different newspaper played a very important role. Out of that, Kesari and Maratha are considered as the most important during that period, which spread the information about the cultural or the social or the political life during that British period, right? So you can find the answer on the page number 33 and 34. Next question, why do we need mass media? We have the answer on page number 35, a topic called why we need mass media, why mass media is very much important or necessary, right? Next, mass media and professional opportunities. On the same page number 35, we have a different topic called mass media and professional opportunity. You always write the answer in the points, so it will be elaborated and it quite easy to understand, and also you will get more marks. Consider for every half mark you should write 1 point. For example, the question is for the 2 marks, then at least write 4 to 5 points. If it comes for the 4 marks or 3 marks, then accordingly you should write the points. Okay? Question number 3. Explain the following statement with its reason. We need to explain with the reason why it happens so. First, any information received through mass media needs to be reviewed critically. It's very much necessary. The information which we get from the mass media, it should be reviewed critically. Without reviewing, if we believe it, then it is a kind of poison, right? Or if you are the authorized person and you are providing wrong information, you had not done your proper study or research on that, then it is also a crime. We had an example of Stern. Remember that publication house? What they said, that they had the handwritten notes or the diary of the Hitler and they earned lakhs of rupees, but they were the forged or fake. Or many times we had seen there are so many forwarders of message roaming around on Insta or the WhatsApp. So without verifying it, if we also forward it to the different groups or the different people, so it is not a good thing, right? So you will find this answer on the page number 35. The topic called critical understanding of the information received through mass media, right? Next is knowledge of history is essential for newspaper article, right? If you write an article on the in the newspaper about the history, so knowledge of history always plays a very important role. If you know about the history, then you can write on that topic, on that event, or on the people, on the culture, on the political events. So knowledge of history is very much essential or writing an article in the newspaper. You can find the answer on the page number 36, right, left hand side. Television is the most popular medium. Yes, till now we had advanced in many fields, we have so much option, but television is considered as the most popular medium because television gives us information of the audio and visual concept. You can see and you can hear, and also now the system has been enhanced. In television you have seen the live news or the live event, even the wars. So this plays a very important role and makes television a very important medium, right? Next question is answer the following question in 25 to 30 words. So you need to write the answer in more than 25 to 30 words. First, explain the objectives of newspaper. What is objective? Objective means aims. So newspaper का aim क्या होता है? In a newspaper, in a single newspaper, you will get a complete information. Information about the politics, information about the sports, information about the daily activities, information about the local news, international, national news. So newspaper provides as the overall information, right? Even it entertains us, give us more information about the different concepts. Even there are supplements also that based on different topics, maybe it kind of advertisement or any kind of offer, right? So these are the main objectives of the newspaper. How is history helpful in the planning of Akashvani program? We had seen the persons who programs, who designs in Akashvani also, they need to plan, they have the information about the past. You can find the answer on the page number 36, where it has been said that still today Akashvani kept preserved the speeches of the different leaders, right? So in this way, the knowledge of history is very much important in every field. Next, question number 5. In question number 5, we had given a passage. Once you read the passage, and then you need to find the answers from the passage. So I am giving you the question and answers only. Please read the entire passage, not only this passage, read the entire chapter and prepare yourself. If you find any doubt, underline it, mark it. Then when we will meet for discuss, we will discuss on it and we will clarify your doubt. Okay. So after reading the passage, since I already read the passage, so I'm going directly to the question answer. We have 4 questions and we need to give answer based on this paragraph. Okay, ready? So first, Akashvani, in short, AIR, All India Radio, is an integral part of which ministry? What do you mean integral? Which is not separable, right? Important. So Akashvani is an integral part of which ministry? Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. You can easily find on the paragraph. Just read the paragraph, you will find the answer. So Akashvani is an integral part of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Second question. What was the new name of IBC? Remember, IBC का नाम चेंज हुआ था. करंट नाम नहीं पूछ रहा है ना, करंट नाम नहीं. उस जमाने में कौन सा उसको नया नाम मिला था आईबीसी को? आईबीसी को नया नाम क्या मिला था? इंडियन स्टेट ब्रॉडकास्टिंग सर्विस, इन शॉर्ट ISBS, राइट. ये ISBS भी बाद में चेंज होके क्या हुआ था? ऑल इंडिया रेडियो. In how many regional languages and local dialects are Vivid Bharati programs broadcast? Remember local dialects, local tone, local languages, right? So at that time it was broadcasted in, the Vivid Bharati programs are broadcasted in 24 regional languages as well as 146 dialects of Indian languages. Got the answer? It is answer for the third question. Now last, fourth one. How AIR was named Akashvani? How All India Radio named as Akashvani? Remember, Akashvani was named on the suggestion of the famous poet Pandit Narendra Sharma. Right? All India Radio को जैसा उनका नाम सजेस्ट किसने किया था? पंडित नरेंद्र शर्मा ने, एंड इट वाज नेम्ड एज आकाशवाणी. लाइक जैसे दूरदर्शन है, नेशनल प्रोग्राम है गवर्नमेंट का टेलीविजन पर, वैसे ही रेडियो पे आकाशवाणी ये एक नेशनल प्रोग्राम है. किसका? गवर्नमेंट का. ओके. एंड लास्ट, दैट कंप्लीट द फॉलोइंग चार्ट. द सिक्स्थ क्वेश्चन, you should fill the different columns. What the different section we have given? We need to write about the newspapers, radio and television. Okay? आपको न्यूज़पेपर के बारे में लिखना है, रेडियो के बारे में लिखना है और टेलीविजन के बारे में लिखना है. और आपको अलग अलग टॉपिक क्या दिया हुआ है? द फर्स्ट टॉपिक इज बिगिनिंग एंड द बैकग्राउंड. दोनों को आपका बिगिनिंग एंड बैकग्राउंड लिखने है, दोनों का, तीनों का भी लिखना है आपको. एंड नेचर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोग्राम्स, उनके किस तरह से प्रोग्राम और प्रोपगेशन होते थे, कैसे टेलीकास्ट और ब्रॉडकास्ट होते थे. एंड नेक्स्ट इज द फंक्शन, एंड व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ द न्यूज़पेपर, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ रेडियो एंड व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ television. Understood? The entire chapter is quite easy and interesting because we deal with the daily, with the mass media, right? So please go to the entire chapter and be ready for the test. We will soon to take your test and you should ready for that. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot and please go to the entire chapter. Thank you so much.